Everyone who leaves a comment about XRP in the space provided will receive a free $1,000 0 cents that they can use to buy more XRP or enter to win. Stay tuned for more details as they will be revealed at the end. May 9th, October 6th, and the announcement of a huge partnership recently made headlines. Collaboration between Ripple Labs and the US Federal Reserve lends credence to Ripple's CEO's claims that XRP will eventually become the world's reserve currency. Interestingly, when XRP was originally created prior to Ripple's existence, its creators opted for 100 billion units rather than a smaller number with a high price tag, with the intention of it serving as a reserve currency, opting to discourage ordinary people from purchasing XRP and possibly collaborating with Rebel Labs to enhance the utility of the XRP ledger and currency, which will lead to a significant increase in supply. This will ensure that XRP's electric experience remains intact despite this, and it will also lead to the purchase and sale of a large amount of retail XRP for large-scale organizations. It has been reported that Ripple is repurchasing XRP in order to transfer ownership from individual buyers to institutions. Additionally, JP Morgan has stated that it will accept XRP. JP Morgan uses the XRP Ledger cash box system, which is powered by the Kobe Bryant algorithm. Google has also confirmed and demonstrated that the Federal Reserve is preparing to use XRP as a payment method globally. TF Token Trading Fund, you may verify the Federal Reserve's global use of XRP and their intentions to acquire it as a payment solution for international transactions by searching for this on Google. Additionally, it reveals that Ripple is repurchasing XRP through its buyback program with the goal of transferring ownership from ordinary users to institutions, notably Savavid and Tefalotai, two prominent figures at the Federal Reserve, had mentioned that Ripple Labs, a third-party company, would be given payment settlement responsibilities by the Fed. This company would use the XRP ledger and cryptocurrency for payments. While we're still in the early stages, we have evidence that Arthur Pitro, co-founder of Ripple Labs, stated that XRP was designed for global use and hinted at a $10,000 0 cent price per XRP before we go further, so that you can earn even more XRP and have the possibility to become extremely wealthy using this method to get it. We have to provide everyone who watches the movie free money up to $100,000, 0 cents, if we want to keep going with the movie. For more videos like these, subscribe to the channel and hit that like button, add XRP to the video's comment section, and then join up click the link in the description to complete the transaction. After that, you will receive up to $1,000 0 cents free to go toward the purchase of further XRP. Signing up for Uphold and making a trade might turn you become a multimillionaire in under 3 minutes. Now that we got that out of the way, let's continue watching the movie. The Fed will be unhappy if it can print money at will, this massive ledger known as the blockchain, but only the Federal Reserve has the power to alter it. It's also significantly less expensive than Bitcoin, provided you're fine with someone else handling the payments. On the other hand, what if you didn't want the Federal Reserve to handle the payments? In that case, what would be the downside? To restrict certain sales by implementing Know Your Customer, KYC, ID requirements, they may struggle to process certain purchases. I then suggested taking the idea a step further, envisioning a Fed coin where the Fed issues Bitcoin-like tokens and ensures they have the same value as the not stated in this will. Never really happened, but it's a neat concept that would halt exchange changes. Instead, they could outsource the clearing of these funds to a third party, like a protocol similar to Ripple or even Bitcoin. In other words, we could entrust the miners with these electronic Fed coin payments. Before we get into that, let's take a look at the price of XRP, which the U.S. Strategic Reserve and Ripple's CEO have both confirmed that XRP will serve as the U.S. global reserve currency. This announcement has been made by several speakers, including Ripple's CEO, and has caused the price of XRP to surge by 3.66% in the past 24 hours. Here are two clips that confirm this, one of which features Ripple's CEO, and the second one is the Federal Reserve, which we just showed you. So it's quite logical to hear Ripple's CEO predict that XRP will join the US strategic reserve and become a world reserve currency. Meanwhile, the Federal Reserve has also stated that let's play the movie, and you might be able to explain the various uses of LO, USD, and XRP by double clicking on that. To start, I think it's important to understand the difference between the two because, once again, some people have been misled by false information and have failed to grasp our position. There are numerous reasons why we remain completely dedicated to the XRP community. The blockchain is incredibly useful, and it's obvious that we have several XRP. Just so you know, XRP is the token that comes with the XRP ledger. It's necessary for gas stocks and the accounts ledger, but more importantly, you need XRP to use the XRP ledger when we launch Ripple as a cross-border payment solution. It's incredibly fast, practically free for every transaction, and we use it all over the globe. And in situations where currency conversion is not frequent or liquidity is low, it can function with a stablecoin. Now let's discuss the flip side of the coin. Ripple has utilized Tether and USDC as stablecoins for a long time. However, as time went on, they began to wonder. After all, they had publicly stated that they were minting 20% of all USDC at one point if they could. I think there will be a need for stablecoins as more assets are converted into tokens on the XRP system. Even the Ondo news from earlier today shows that there is still a lot to investigate. So we will continue to use other tools occasionally to make on-chain payments. It would be remiss of us not to include the XRP ledger when discussing XRP. In fact, the greatest location to purchase and trade XRP and all of its components, including utility currencies and main coins, is at the BAN exchange. A variety of EVM chains, including Polygon, Binance, XRP, Solana, and others, ban. The ideal place to do it is on an exchange as they contain nearly every Ethereum coin and every chain. Now, the BXE token is a native token, and we have news about it. You can get them on your phone with Apple or Android at BAN Exchange. You can also see and trade all the newest tokens right away. It's easy to buy them with a credit card. You can also sell them and send the money straight to your bank account, no problem. They haven't done any marketing or spoken about it yet, but they just officially released it today. So things are going to get bullish very soon. Additionally, the BXE token now has a buy with card feature, so you can buy the native BAN exchange token, the BXE token, instantly and easily using your card. Once again, all you need to do is input the dollar amount of BXE. For example, if you want to buy $200, 0 cents worth of BX, you can enter $200, 0 cents here. You can enter any amount between $200, 0 cents and $400, 0 cents, and it will immediately